Hey guys, back with you guys with another Foundations of the Veer and Shoot video, and I'm actually going to get into some mini schemes and get into the formations that I use. I mean, I use basically every formation in the Tennessee playbook, but I'm going to get into very specific ones that I've got fleshed out. The one that I'm going to be talking about today is going to be more of like a base formation, something that you can come out in at the beginning of the game and just make it your bread and butter type formation. It's got everything that you need to make a good little scheme out of. So I'm going to go over that, and that is the wide Y trips week. Okay, so what I usually start my games in this formation 9 times out of 10. And what I like to come out in at first is power read. Now, whenever you run this whole scheme, I think I talked about this potentially in the running formation. Is put this on conservative. It's really important, especially in this formation, because we are going to potentially use the quarterback's legs in this formation quite a bit. So we just want to make sure that we have that on. And then so on this play, I already went over power, but as I said, you're reading the end, and it's the exact opposite of your normal read option, where if the end crashes, you're actually going to give it to the running back. If he stays, you're going to keep it with your quarterback. So I snap it here, he stays, I keep it with my quarterback, try to get a few yards. It's not always going to break out for big yardage, but it's just a good opening play. Get a few yards to start the drive, just kind of set the tone. Not much really there. Like I said, I covered most of that in the running portion, but that's the first play. Now, as far as pass plays, a good bread and butter base play. I run all these, and I'll go over them all here. But what I want to talk about right now is Y corner. Now, this is a very good base, quick play, uh, quick pass play to come out in. And the way that you want to read this is, for one, we're not on a hash right now, but if we were, we would want the running back running to the wide side of the field with the receivers on the short side. That seems counterintuitive, but we want the running back to have open grass. And what we want to read, and I'll run the play right here in the middle, and then I'll show you what it looks like on a hash and why we want him running to space. But the way that you want to read this is you want to pre-snap read how the linebackers look, because if it looks like the running back is going to have leverage, which it looks like on this play he will, because we have the linebackers tucked more inside, that is going to be my first read. And what I'm looking at is that boundary corner, because if it's like a cover two or something like that, he is going to stay in, and I can still sometimes throw it. There's still sometimes a hole to throw it into, but you want to be really careful because that corner can undercut it. And then if the linebacker shoots out and covers it well, you want to read that. And then if that is covered, if that's taken away, then we're going to these quick speed ends by the receivers, and we're just reading it from inside out. So we read Staley R1, and then Matthews backside. X on the corner route here is more of an alert play. So if you see something pre-snap that looks like he's going to have like a one-on-one, like say they're sending the house or something, and you think that you can block it up and have enough time, you might get that. It's very rare that that's thrown, to be honest. It's more of a clear out for the other routes a lot of times, but it can get open sometimes. So you do want to, have that in your back of your mind. But really, there's three reads on this play, and it's the running back to the two receivers on the backside here. So we're just reading that out. looks like that's covered, so we're actually just going to come to over the middle there. But if you saw, I'm going to go to replay here. So see, even though he was tucked in here, what I saw is he shot out really quick, and so he's in phase. And then this corner, well, I probably could have thrown it because he did get run off. But I saw in the corner of my eyes, I saw the corner. So I immediately turned my eyes to the middle of the field, and we have an open guy. Also, like if you're playing online, a lot of times you're gonna have a guy user this guy or this guy, and they're either going to choose to come in and play this. Like if he was usering him, he's either going to user this and leave the middle of the field wide open, or he's going to user down here and leave this wide open. So you just gotta be mindful of that. Um, and so then we're gonna actually throw it this time because he had the leverage there. Get some decent yards, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very, very simple, very quick reads, and you get a pretty decent gain out of it. And then you see like the backside there. Now, looking on the replay, I think that this might have been the time where we could have gone to the corner. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, but see, like even then, the corners there, the boundary corner. So that's why I say like a lot of times this guy has three potential uh, players playing it. Like you've got the linebacker, you got to throw it over um, this boundary corner. That's why a lot of times that coverage is not there, but it is opening up uh, routes on the bottom here. Most of the time, it's going to be the running back or Staley. That's usually who gets open. Like I said, or Matthews sometimes gets open on the backside there. But that's why corner. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but it is a really good short yardage, short to medium yardage play that you can pull out. And the other play that I like to use is this shock option play, and the way that it's read is you want to read basically Kitzelman to Staley to Matthews, uh, back to the backside with Thomas here. And Kitzelman is running an option route. So if it's man coverage, he's going to run an out route. If it's zone, he's going to run a hitch. Uh, Thomas is also running an option route, so he has the option to curl it up, run an out, or he can run it like a post over the middle of the field. So you just want to read him, and by the time that you get through your other reads, a lot of times he's already made whatever, so you can just read what he's doing there. Now this backside dig, that is like nobody else is open. You look to that, but and then it used to. This used to be really good against cover three match. It's not so much anymore because they added the smash um, read into cover three match. So it used to be where that apex or nickel corner would just carry Staley all the way up, and if it was cover three match, it left a one-on-one plus Staley usually got over the top, and it was a one-play touchdown kind of thing. Now the boundary corner takes it, but the apex, whenever they call the smash call, doesn't match to Matthews very quickly a lot of times like he's supposed to. It usually there's a delay there, so you can hit that little window if it's cover three match. A lot of times you can just dump it off to Matthews and get a few yards and kind of go from there. But we're just going to run this here. I think Matthews is open there, but they come down, didn't get a good pass animation there. But looking here, it looks like we've got the running back. And guys, like sometimes I'm, taking a look pre-snap too, so I'm getting through these reads super quick, and that's what you kind of want to do is get through them quickly. Um, and just, you know, if it's not there, just move on to the next. You know, don't stay on a read too long. You know, looks like they're giving me the running back about every time with out of these, um, but yeah, just rep these. I mean, repetition is the key here, and this might be cover three match, so I can kind of show you. See, now that boundary takes him up, but you do have a little bit of a window to sometimes get that in. Um, there because it is slower. It's just not. It doesn't fry it like it used to. It used to be a one play touchdown if they run cover three match against this, but they don't anymore. Um, and oh, I did want to show you one little change to the Y corner that we can make. One little adjustment. I don't call a ton of hot routes. A lot of times there are some formations that I call some hot routes, but if you send Staley on a streak here, sometimes he can get it. Honestly, it after the update, it doesn't get as open as it used to. You used to get really good uh, like leverage on this, and you could like throw it over the top. But they tend to stay. Let me back up the ball here a little bit. Here and show you. See if I can get. But if you're going to do this one, R1 is read, and then you go directly to the circle, and then back to triangle to the back side on this. He got bumped there, so I'm not even. It looked like he might have got over the top, but whenever he's bumped like that, it's just kind of a risk to try to throw it in. Uh, looks like, and then X was wide open there. I should have thrown it to him, but again, like don't beat yourself up if you miss a read or two here. Now we're gonna get hit. Oh man, sometimes the pass rush in this practice mode is crazy, but and nobody got open there because he just got pressed off the line. Let's see. All right, we got a free release. Sometimes I just, this might not work, but sometimes you just got to put it up. I usually call this like if it's like right before halftime or something, because you can. Let me see if we do here. No, we don't. But you see, like he's got a shot to make that, and let's see. Yeah, see, I mean, he gets his hands on it. He's just not coming down with it. Like I said, after the update, it's not near as good of a play as it used to be. But oh, right here we got it. That's touchdown. So you can get that sometimes, and so like I said, I usually only run this if it's like I said, close to halftime or something. I'm just looking to throw something up to maybe get a cheap score or something right before halftime or something. Uh, but yeah, it's just a really good adjustment there. Um, and like I said, this one sometimes gets that corner open even more. Um, I meant to throw it to X actually, just he was kind of coming open there, but he gets more open on this one because that guy clears out the play. But even still, they drop it a lot. That's why I like that corner route. Like even though I mean it should be a lot better than it is, it's really not. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that real quick. That's kind of a shot play. Another thing you can do with it too, just going back into it, if you think that boundary corner is going to take, and like I said, you're just trying to call a shot play. You can do something like this, so it'll hold the corner a little bit and make him less likely to play that, or he'll like I said, after the update, it's not near as good as it was, but that is uh, that is just a good adjustment that you can do to try to get a shot play going. Uh, so, but anyways, that was that. All right, and then okay, so the next we already really went over stick. I'm not gonna really cover that. That is a good play call out of this too sometimes. But what I also wanted to go over was this mid motion tight end mid screen, and you've got two things here that you can run, and they kind of work together. So you have the first one with the motion, and then your tight end is going to run a little screen. Then you have one with the tight end angle route. So the ones that I usually call the screen first, and then like if I see that they're running a bunch of man to man or something like that, I may call that angle route just because it gets open better against man coverage. But basically, I mean, this is a very simple read. We're just reading the running back. If they go out to cover the running back, we're looking inside to the tight end. If they stay inside for we can get out to the running back. We do so. It looks like they kind of stayed in. Now, like I said, with the screen, it looks like that was more man to man. So that might have been where it would have been advantageous to have it on the angle. But see, we got out here, and you're just looking to get 3 to 4 yards. I mean, you're not looking to burn. Sometimes you do get a burn. Sometimes, So see, like they're running a lot of man to man here. So I'll intentionally call a man coverage play to show you that the tight end angle works pretty well against it. Let's see. We'll just call like 2 man under or something. So they do that, then you got this angle. Say he gets better separation there with that. With the man coverage, he just cooks that. So if you see man to man, if your guy's running a lot of man, that might be the one that you want to go to. And then he's going to try to user that, and then like I said, it just kind of plays mind games with your opponent, and you got two quick reads to run. Audibles that I call from here, I've got the power read, I've got a read option, and then I've got that motion tight end screen, and then the Y corner. So these are what I have for my audibles. That way I can quickly switch to whatever they're giving me pre-snap, whatever I think is advantageous, and then read option. Of course, I don't even on this one. I never really read the end. I just have the read option to even the numbers in the blocking. That's usually a given right there. But yeah, so because even if he crashes, uh, it's it's still good. But anyways, so those are that. Let's see. Anything else I want to cover out of this? We also have forwards. Now, I do call this sometimes, you know, it's a good change of pace, quick pass, and we went over that in the quick passing game. Let's see, I think we got over the top here. Yep. All right. Yeah. So if you're hitting them with that quick game, and then you hit them with this, that wasn't a great throw, but it's a good little change up here um, that you can run. And if you want to know the reads, we're reading from outside in to this backside, which is square. You can even put the square either on a comeback or stemmed up curl route, something like that. That way, it gives you a secondary option. Now, what you have to be careful of on this is that by default the slot receiver is running a choice route, so he can either run the fade or he can stem it off for a post. So you just got to be mindful of that. Let's see, and also looking here, like they're pressed up, so I'm going to be looking for the outside receivers. I might even check the backside early to see how they're playing that, but it looks like they did not get off. So, like I said, these are just you don't want to spam this all the time, and then you have your running back here that leaks out on a little out route after a block. So let's see. Like I said, um, these are more change up plays. Like I said, the wide corner and the shot plays are going to be, and then the run plays in it. Those are going to be your primary options in this with that motion, those motion plays as alternatives to like those. I'm going to call a lot more than just verticals. There's other formations that I call for verticals and things more often than this, but it is something in there. And if I'm give him a lot of the wide corner and he's playing down on it or something, I may hit him with this, but to just get him over the top, because if his guys hold their, if he's playing shading underneath or something to cover that those wide corners, you might have the seam, wide open, or he may hold it, his user might come down to try to play that corner and he's going to leave the tight end or somebody open. Like I said, you're constantly just wanting to give your opponent things that are going off of what you've been doing all game. Just kind of changing it up. But yeah, guys, that is the wide wild trips. I know I went. I'm not sure. How much detail I went in on that. But there's not much to this. The biggest thing with anything that I give you here is to get into practice mode and just rep these plays so that you're comfortable with the reads and you can just get the ball out quickly. Like with this, I'm running Y stick, I'm reading this so quickly. It's not even, giving my opponent if they're blitzing me or whatever. I don't even have to really worry about picking up blitzes or anything like that a lot of times because I'm reading this out so quick, and I'm making pre-snap reads that if they're blitzing me, like I'm getting that ball out so quick, they're not going to be able to get to me. Sometimes they will, that's just football. Sometimes they'll get a block shed, get on you or something. But if you've repped these enough, you're just getting the ball out so quick. Like, there I held it a little bit longer. I could have hit the out route early, but I kind of missed the window, so I just waited for a secondary window for the backside slant. So, like, see, I got hit there, but I'm just getting these off. So, if you take anything away, just rep the shit out of these plays. That's what's going to make these very big, very useful. And like I said, this is the formation that I use a lot. And I will use the other ones. Like sometimes I will come out in like a PA read or something like that. But you most of the time sticking in these pass plays, coming over here to run these to where I'm running the ball, kind of thing. So, and then you just got like your inside zone here. If you don't want to tag a read, sometimes I don't, just depending on what I'm getting. But of course, I'd say go back to my video on the run game to know when to call those, and they won't, lead you astray on that. Like, and so, but yeah, that is the uh, wide trips week formation, and I will see you in the next one.